Hello, first grade readers. It's Mrs. Saul, and I'm here with another story for you today. The story we're going to read is called The Proudest Blue. And this story was written by Ibtihaj Muhammad, and the art is by Haytham Ali. So just a little note, our author, Ibtihaj Muhammad, is actually an Olympic medalist. That means that she won a medal in the Olympics. So you might want to look her up and find out a little bit more about her. She's very interesting. She's the author of this book, The Proudest Blue. Now, just like we always do, let's take a minute to look at the cover and get our brains ready to read. Okay, so I'm going to first look at the words. The title is called The Proudest Blue. So I know the word proud. It's a feeling word. Proud is a way that you feel sometimes. People feel proud when they are happy or feel good about something that they did. Okay, like you might feel proud when you do well on a test. You might feel proud when you learn how to do something you didn't know how to do before. Hey, like in the book Whistle for Willie. Remember, Willie wanted to learn how to whistle. Peter wanted to learn how to whistle. And when he finally learned after practicing and practicing, he felt so proud. So I know that's what proud means. But the proudest blue, that makes me think, can a color be proud? Or can a color feel proud? I'm not sure. Maybe I'll find the answer when I read this story. Let's now look at the pictures and see what we see. Well, I see two characters, first of all. And I see one who has something on their head. Have you ever seen someone with something on their head like that? You may know it's called a hijab. Some Muslim people, women, wear a hijab on their head. Or those who practice the Islamic faith sometimes wear a hijab. And I see another girl in a boat. It looks like she's on an ocean, and it's kind of interesting how the artist, or illustrator, made it look like the hijab is kind of part of the ocean, or like she's coming out of the ocean. That's interesting. And I noticed that this character here is looking up at this one. She kind of looks proud the way she's looking at her. Do you see that? It looks like maybe someone she admires. Well, let's get started and find out. Now, as we read today, friends, we've been working on thinking about a character's feelings. So we're going to keep doing that today. We're going to use our speech and thought bubble stick also, okay? And if you have yours and you want to take it out and use it while we're working through the book, you can do that. So here we go, The Proudest Blue, a story of hijab and family. Oh, so this is one of those books where it seems like, this is still the cover. It seems like the illustrator and author have decided to start our story before there's even the first page. So if I look closely here on the end pages, these are called, I notice there's a family here. It looks like maybe a mom and her daughters, sisters, and it looks like they're pointing or looking over here. When I look closely, I see that looks like maybe it's a store. The way it has that door and the big window in the front makes me think it's a store. And on the sign on the top, it says hijabs. So I think maybe this family is going to the store to buy hijabs. And I see some people sitting outside the store who are also wearing hijabs. Here's our title page. That's where we see the title again, the author and illustrator again. And I have another picture, so let's look. Now it looks like the family is inside the store, because I see what looks like a counter and a register and someone working behind the counter, and they're looking at things hanging on a wall. I think those might be hijabs. It's a good guess, right? Since that was the name of the store they were going into. So here we go, The Proudest Blue. Mama holds out the pink. Mama loves pink. But Asiya shakes her head. I know why. Behind the counter is the brightest blue, the color of the ocean. If you squint your eyes and pretend there's no line between the water and the sky. It's the first day hijab. Asiya knows it. I know it. We're sisters. It sounds like, or I can kind of figure out here, that I think this is Asiya. This is the older sister, and I think the younger sister is the one telling us this story. She is the narrator of the story. This is their mom. I can guess that because she's the biggest of them. Plus I saw her out here and I took a guess about her. And it also said, Mama holds out the pink. So I think Mama was showing Asiya the pink hijab, but it looks like Asiya has her eyes on the blue one. The next day I wait. A new backpack, new light up shoes. I feel special. I feel like twirling. Asiya comes out of the house and I stop. It's the most beautiful first day of school ever. So it looks like the little sister was waiting for her big sister, Asiya, to come out of the house, and she's got her new backpack and she's got her new light up shoes. If I had to think right now or take a minute, this is a good spot. What do I think Asiya's thinking here? You can try it with me. Not Asiya, I'm sorry, her little sister. What do you think her little sister is thinking here? I think she's thinking, I love my new light up shoes. I can't wait for my first day of school. I know that because I remember what it was like for me to have a first day of school. Do you remember your first day of school? Were you feeling excited like the little sister? And by the way, I think I figured out why they were shopping for a hijab and why on this page it said it's the first day hijab. That tells me that I think she was buying this hijab special for her first day of school. I know that when I was in school, I used to buy some new clothes or get some new shoes for back to school. It looks like that's what these girls did too. I'm walking with a princess. So I pretend I'm one too, but even princesses have to stop to cross the street. Asiya takes my hand in hers, says, come on, Faiza. We speed walk it. 14 steps, 14 light ups to get across. I think she's talking about 14 light ups. I think she's talking about her light up shoes. So if it was 14 steps, she knows her shoes lit up 14 times. Asiya takes me to my line first, hugs me goodbye. I turn to watch her leave, give a little curtsy to the princess going to the 6th grade area. Curtsy is like a little bow. So she did a little bow to say goodbye. You might bow to a princess or royalty. So I think that's why. She thinks her sister is like a princess today. She's easy to see. Her hijab smiles at me the whole way. My first day hijab is going to be blue too. So they walked to school together, the sisters, and her big sister, Asiya, dropped off the little sister and then ran over to her part of the school. That's kind of like our school. You might have had a connection with that. If you have an older brother or sister, or you are an older brother or sister, you might have to drop off or get dropped off at a different spot at the school to go inside. We do that at our school too. I noticed that the little sister is talking about how her first day hijab is going to be blue too. Friends, I can infer here, based on the evidence in my text, you know, this little girl thinks her sister's pretty cool. She thinks she's like a princess. I think she looks up to her sister. And I think she's thinking, I want to have a blue hijab just like her. Because she admires her. She wants to be just like her when she grows up. What's on your sister's head? The girl in front of me whispers. A scarf. I whisper back. I don't know why a whisper came out. I try again, louder now. A scarf, hijab. Oh, she whispers. Friends, think for a minute, why do people whisper? Use your schema. Why might somebody whisper when they're talking? Well, I know sometimes people whisper if they're telling a secret, which means they don't want everyone to hear. They only want maybe the 1 or 2 people they're telling. I know sometimes people whisper if maybe they're uncomfortable about what they're talking about. I know people whisper sometimes if they don't want others to hear what they're saying. So I think this little girl is whispering she doesn't really want anyone to hear. But she's curious about what is on her sister's head. Asiya's hijab isn't a whisper. Asiya's hijab is like the sky on a sunny day. The sky isn't a whisper. It's always there, special and regular. The first day of wearing hijab is important, Mama has said. It means being strong. So now the little sister is thinking about, remember her name is Faiza. She's thinking about how she just whispered the answer to what her sister was wearing. And I think she realized, I don't need to whisper. This isn't a secret. I don't have to be quiet. Everyone should know. And now she's thinking about how wearing a hijab is not a whisper. It's something ordinary and special at the same time. And she's remembering what her mother said. The first day of wearing hijab is important. It means being strong. I think maybe Mama means wearing a hijab might make people ask questions or say things about why is that on your head? Maybe you need to be strong. I turn, but I can't see the blue anymore. I run to the big kid's side. 27 steps to see Asiya. I need to give her another hug. I need to see her smile. So friends, let's stop for a second here because Faiza has just left her line where she's supposed to line up with her class, and she has run over to see her sister, to see Asiya. This tells me, and if you look at her face here, I think she's worried about her. She's thinking that a friend of mine is asking what's on my sister's head. I wonder if her friends are asking. I think she's worried. Faiza? Asiya's eyes wonder why I'm here. Are you excited? I ask. About the first day of hijab? She nods, smiling, and I feel better. So I think Faiza was worried that her sister was uncomfortable. That makes me feel a little bit sad. No one should feel uncomfortable. I noticed there's not many kids when I was looking at the pages when they were going to school. I don't see in the pictures really any other kids with hijab on their head, but I think that's why Faiza is feeling a little concerned for her sister. She wants to make sure she's okay. She went to check on her. That tells me that she really loves her sister. And here, I think she's feeling worried. I might even think she's thinking, is Asiya okay? That's what I think she'd be thinking on that page. Someone laughs from nearby. A boy pointing at Asiya. Why? So take a look. So Faiza is still here with her sister, and over here I see a boy laughing. Look how the illustrator drew that boy. Didn't kind of made them like no details. I can't really see their face or, you know, what clothes they're wearing, but I see a big smile because he's laughing. I think that they chose to do that because this person wasn't being very nice. He's pointing and laughing at Asiya. Faiza is wondering why. Why do you think he's laughing? I think maybe because Asiya looks different. She has a hijab on her head. I think maybe he's laughing about that. Faiza does not look happy. I think she's saying, "Why are you laughing at my sister?" That's what I think she would say. Asiya's hijab isn't a laugh. Asiya's hijab is like the ocean waving to the sky. It's always there, strong and friendly. "Some people won't understand your hijab," Mama had said. "But if you understand who you are, one day they will too." Oh, this reminds me of the cover picture. So just like before when Faiza said hijab is not a whisper, now she's saying hijab is not a laugh. It's strong and it's friendly and it's like the ocean waving to the sky. And then she remembered her mom's words again, who said some people won't understand hijab. But if you understand who you are, then one day they will too. Their mom sounds pretty smart to me. In class, I draw a picture. 2 princesses in hijab having a picnic on an island where the ocean meets the sky. Look at that. What a beautiful artist she is, right? The girl who whispered in line says she likes it. She says it's so loud, the teacher comes over to see it. I wonder if Asiya drew a picture too. So she's in her class, and the girl who asked about her sister said she liked her picture. Recess time is for 5 cartwheels in a row. I land the last one, near the 6th graders, near Asiya and her friends, near a boy yelling, "I'm going to pull that tablecloth off your head." Oh. Friends, that made me feel sad. Remember, we talked about how if you're feeling strongly when you're reading a book, if you're having strong feelings, that's a good time to stop and think. So I'm going to look closely at this picture here of Faiza. Look at her face. I'm going to think about what just happened. Okay, she just cartwheeled over to the 6th graders and heard a boy saying something to her sister. What do you think she is thinking right now? If someone's next to you, tell them what you think Faiza is thinking here. I think Faiza is thinking, "That's not a tablecloth on her head. Why are you saying that to my sister?" Asiya's hijab is not a tablecloth. Asiya's hijab is blue, only blue. Asiya turns away. Her friends turn away. They race to the middle of the schoolyard, their shoes pounding the pavement, playing tag. Mama, don't carry around the hurtful words that others say. Drop them. They are not yours to keep. They belong only to those who said them. So again now, Faiza is uncomfortable because someone is making fun of her sister again, or her hijab, and she's worried. She notices though that her sister and her sister's friends just run off and they're playing tag. That tells me that Asiya doesn't seem to be very bothered by the boy's words. And then Faiza remembers what her mom says. Another smart thing her mom says is, "Don't carry around the hurtful words that others say. Drop them. They are not yours to keep. They belong only to those who said them. Wow. Friends, that is some really important advice from her mom. She's saying if someone says something mean, don't carry it around. Don't hold on to it or let it upset you or hurt you. Let it go. Drop it. Those words are not yours to keep or worry about. Those are the words that someone said, those hurtful things, those belong to them. And it kind of says a lot about that person who's not saying nice things. Let's stop here again. How do you think Fiza is feeling? Not Fiza, I'm sorry, Asiya. How do you think she was feeling when she heard the boy say he was going to pull the tablecloth off her head? What do you think she's thinking? I think she's thinking, this is not a tablecloth. This is a hijab, and it is very special and important to me. But I also don't think she let it bother her for long. She ran to play tag with her friends. It takes me 48 steps to get away from the yelling boy. Oh boy. Look how she's marching off, friends. Look at her face. Whew. She is not happy with that boy. I wouldn't be either. He is not being very nice. Again, the illustrator just drew him with no details. After school, I look around. I look for whispers, laughs, and shouts. But I only see Asiya waiting for me, like it's a regular day. She's smiling, strong. So again, this little sister is still worrying about her big sister after school. She's looking around, she's trying to listen to see if anyone's saying anything. And now she's looking in the crowd for her sister and sees her just smiling and there like any other day. How do you think Fiza's feeling here? What do you think she's thinking? I don't know if you could see her face. Let me hold it close up. She has a big smile on her face when she sees her sister. I think she's thinking, oh, good. Asiya is smiling. She's okay. She's not sad. We cross the road hand in hand. I can't wait to get home, to show Mama the picture I drew, to show Asiya that I'm wearing the same hijab in it. Because Asiya's hijab is like the ocean and the sky, no line between them. Saying hello with a loud wave. Saying I'll always be here like sisters, like me and Asiya. And here's our author, friends. I think she wrote this book because this is probably a special thing to her. She wears a hijab as well. And I think that's probably the reason she wrote this story. If you'd like to look up or learn more about her, just a reminder, her name is Ibtihaj Muhammad. I hope you enjoyed this book. I hope you got a good chance to practice using your thought and speech bubble when you read. And I hope that you learned that looking different, maybe than others around you, is nothing to be ashamed of. You should be proud. And that if you see others who look different than you, it's not something to laugh at or say mean things about. Until next time, friends, keep reading.